Let's talk about Hollyoaks. It's time to do another Hollyoaks video. Is it about the Thursday double header episode? No, it is not. It's going to be about me asking people to give Hollyoaks a bit more of a chance. I understand that there's a lot of upset around the Hollyoaks fandom because this year has been rough, right? We've said goodbye to some of our favourite characters and we brought in new characters who people don't really like the Blake family, trying to keep, getting rid of Ethan, keeping probably Prince. There's a lot of characters that people don't like that are probably going to be staying at the behest of a lot of characters who have been told to leave. And I understand, but I think that we're aiming our crosshairs at the wrong people. I don't think this is the executive producer's fault. Hannah Cheers took the helm in November 2023, I believe. Yeah, first credited episode was November 2023. As far as I remember, the swap of executive producer was quite awkward because I don't know, it kind of turned into like a little coup at the time. I haven't forgot to pull up I forgot to pull up the stuff, but I'm pretty sure it was like a shock shake-up has changed Hollyoaks and Hannah Cheers took the helm because people were not happy with where the show was at. And the amount of damage that this iteration of Hollyoaks has done, as much as it's had to make a lot of changes, once again, I still think that it's, for the most part, the previous people's fault for fucking dragging Hollyoaks straight down into the mud. Because I don't think Hollyoaks has been on top for years. Even when I started watching in 2020, I was like, this is okay, but this is kind of ass. 2015, what I watched, much better. 2012, much better. A lot of the other stuff that I have watched previously is better. And where it was left in such a fucking grim, dark place, I once again don't believe that it's these people's fault. And then it comes in. So, okay, new executive producer Hannah Cheers masterminds the When Worlds Collide stunt, which was great. It was a great episode. It's probably one of my favorite Hollyoaks episodes of the year. It was great. The crash, Steve killing Ella, great twist. Felix, Mercedes, and Warren all getting their payoff. Great episode. Fantastic stuff. Killed off a character who, as much as people would love to say was great, she was mediocre at all times. They tried to give us stuff. She just wasn't very interesting at all. So then we have to deal with the grief. We have to deal with the aftermath of that storyline. And then we introduce Frankie and JJ, who have done arguably one of my favorite Hollyoaks storylines of all time in the incest sexual abuse storyline, which is top tier, is probably my favorite Hollyoaks storyline of all time. They make a twist. They make Dilly Sienna's sister, which gives her a reason to stay and a reason for that really interesting love square to keep going in the way that it did. Great stuff. I'll just scroll through. We have the mystery of who is Blue, which is not the best. Not the best at all. They mastermind Warren Fox leaving. They mastermind the Patrick Blake return. We finally got the payoff to Who Kills Rain Rice, which I won't say is Hannah Cheers because that wasn't their fucking storyline to begin with. I started to get rid of the dead weight, but then obviously fucking on the 5th of March, they announced that in September, Hollyoaks is going to be cut to 3 episodes a week, which is not fucking ideal, is it? And it's not their fault. It's not their fault that they suddenly have had 2 of the episodes they produce a week axed. They weren't doing much wrong. They were having the best Hollyoaks has been in years. So suddenly it is March. And now you're being told, okay, a lot of your cast is being axed. You aren't going to be able to film at the same time. And all of the cast and crew, they're gone. And you also have to axe about 20 cast members. Is that in the how to deal with it executive handbook? I don't fucking think it is. You know? What are you supposed to do in that situation? You have to make some really hard cuts. Because you now have to figure out what makes Hollyoaks good. And you have to believe in who you're keeping will keep the show alive. Because it's no longer about putting your stamp on Hollyoaks. It's about fucking saving the show. Now, the only other thought I have about them saving the show, I mean, you think back to the Emmerdale, like, where's that soap study video? When I think of bringing in someone to save the show, you think of the Emmerdale plane crash in 1994, which Soap Study did a fantastic video of. And you think about that, where they got esteemed producer and pretty much director. I forget his name. He was the writer of Brookside. Where is it? Oh well, who cares? But regardless, you bring him in, you say, all right, you have a year. You need to fix the show. You need to make it transition from less quaint Emmerdale farm to brand new Emmerdale with scandalous storylines. And you have to bring it on to the level of Coronation Street. Obviously, he took that job knowing that that was a possibility. These executive producers took the job because they had to, and they thought that the show was in a terrible place. So now, everybody's getting cut. Everybody's getting axed. Fucking Warren Fox, Jamie Lomas leaves. And then, without much fucking gap in it, 22nd of March. And there's going to be a time jump. You have not been forced into doing a time jump. You haven't been forced into doing it. But you've thought for about half a month, and you've went, fucking hell, we've got to axe 20 characters. And we have to still keep going with all these current storylines. Fucking hell. So it was likely their decision to do a time jump. And I'm also 90% sure they weren't planning on doing a stunt, but the Hollyoaks producers went, bloody hell, can you do like that When Worlds Collide shit again? That was great. Then they get Grace Black. They air the spring trailer. Cindy gets axed. Frankie and JJ heat up. They do the announcement that Hollyoaks streams worldwide for free, which is still a fucking groundbreaking thing in soap. And I'm so glad that they finally did it after all this time, because, you know, they get like, what, 10k an episode, which isn't great, but also it's more than you were getting otherwise. Then they announce that Ethan gets cut. Then they announce that. Then they do the Who Shot Warren, Who Done It. Then they do the summer trailer. Then they announce that then obviously knowing that the time jump happens on Monday, September 9th. Wait, no. The stunt week is Monday, September 9th. The time jump is on the 16th. And then it heads, then I mostly just cover the Frankie stuff. We head to Awesome. We have that trailer. Most of the stuff in the trailer has been seen so far. We have the Blakes, the Patrick, the Jeremy, and the Blake stuff. And then we have Tom and Cindy leave. I don't understand why everybody believes that the executive producers are to blame. Like, yes, fundamentally, this could have been much better. But if we look at the timeline here, you get the job in November. You mastermind all the shit till January, where you have the When Worlds Collide. Great stuff. Hollyoaks and Channel 4 went, fucking hell, guys. This is some great shit, That's some really good stuff. They really brought it back. But even then, in March, there you go. 3 episodes a week. How about that? So it's like, okay, so what? March, April, May, June, July, August. You got September. You got about 6.5 months to mastermind killing off or getting rid of 20 members or so of the cast while still producing some really good shit, whilst not having the time to really get rid of all these characters. Because you couldn't have fucking had these long-winded exits, could you? You didn't have the time. You're working on less cash. You're working on less crew. You've only got so much fucking resources now that Hollyoaks has fucking shit-canned everyone. So they have 6.5 months to mastermind it. That's why the time jump will be refreshing, because ultimately they then get to, you know, put their own product on and let it see how it sticks. You know, this will be the most Hannah Cheers and the team's Hollyoaks we've ever seen, with a lot of the characters who are deadweight being axed. Now, as much as I love Cindy and I love Tom, they are deadweight. They've not done anything in years. Like, there's no point in keeping them around unless you make them a key focal part of the storylines, which they're just not planning on doing. They've not proven that they will, and they've not proven that they will do that regardless. I think that people are giving Channel 4 a fucking lot of room when it's their fault. It is their fault that Hollyoaks is this way. And I get that everybody's upset because, you know, our favourite show is dying. But as I was saying, all of these cast cuts are going to get worse before they get better. You know? If it starts with Warren Fox leaving, you know shit's fucked. You really do. But at the end of the day, I think you're guiding your hate at the wrong people. Now, admittedly, everybody has their own opinion, and we are all just lamenting at our favourite show being slowly whittled away and sold off for parts. But there's not much we can do. I am still as much of a Hollyoaks fan as I've always been, and I'll continue to be a Hollyoaks fan. I'll continue to support it into the new era. Obviously, you can still be upset about it and lament it, because, like I said, we are still upset at how the show's going. But once again, redirect your hate to the people who are actually the fucking problem here. It's Channel 4 that's been acting Hollyoaks. It's not fucking Hannah Cheers. You go to Hannah Cheers and you say, oh, yeah, you know, is Hannah Cheers going to go, yeah, so by choice, we're axing 20 members of the cast and a lot of our crew. Of course not. It's fucking Channel 4's fault for running their fucking channel shit. And that's my problem with it. I think people need to change where the hate is going to. I think they're trying to do the best of what they have, but also know that they really have only had so little time to piece this together. Like, if you gave someone 2 years, you give them 2 years and they can have the time to plan out how this is going to go, it'd be fucking much better than it is. But they just got a fucking bomb dropped on them, and it's like, well, deal with the fucking debris now. It's like, why was there a bomb in the first place? We were doing well. Well. Never know what it's like in the world of TV land. So, fucking hell, alright then. So, whether this was coherent or not is another thing entirely. But that was my video suggesting that you point your hate towards Channel 4, because I don't think these writers and producers and staff, they're all working double time to piece this shit together. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Tell me in the comment section down below. I've been Ash from Watching Walford. Thank you for watching. Join me next time. See you then. Bye bye.